Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw. Some nights I wish that my lips could build a castle. Some nights I wish they just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your ghost. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. Oh, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know anymore.
Hello there, how are you? Wayne Ulery. What do you stand for? Well, listen, this is Tuesday Talk with Wayne Ulery, and I'm excited to just speak with you for a few moments. I'm getting ready for a talk show coming up at the end of October 24th, called Thirsty Thursday Show. And the Thirsty Thursday Show is all about motivation, inspiration, and transformation. And we're looking forward to reaching out to the masses of people looking for any or all of the above. This is truly a call designed with you in mind, and I'm looking forward to having you on it. So, today, what I'm doing is testing out some new hardware that we're going to be using on the show. And I appreciate you just bearing with me if you happen to be on this show live. It is live on Spreaker, and it's being sent out over some different social media platforms. Now, in the future, you'll be able to listen to the Thirsty Thursday Show on iHeartRadio. You'll be able to catch it on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.com, and also ThirstyThursdayCall.com. So I'm excited about this and just doing some testing on some sound right now, so if I kind of babble a little bit, please forgive me. But there's a lot going on right now, and a lot to do with standing for something, right? I mean, we have a lot going on in our government right now with the government shutdown and Obamacare supposed to be starting today, actually, and common care curriculum being imposed on the public school system. I mean, there's so many things going on, and there's so many different positions or platforms that you can be standing for. And, you know, so many people, and myself included, I've stood for things before and maybe not had all the facts and figures, but because of maybe a way I believe or how I feel deep inside, you know, I stood for it. And I really encourage, you know, everyone out there to go ahead and start paying attention to what's going on in your government and take a stand for what's going on. Because there's a lot of things happening right now, and I know I'm being general because really I'm not quite prepared for this chat today. I just kind of trying to do a little test with a system that I'm using and so on and so forth. But I am a patriot. I am someone who is interested in restoring this country, keeping this country the nation that it was founded, staying true to our Constitution and our rights. And, you know, last night where was I? I saw a speech from someone in Virginia, and I'm pulling it up right now on Facebook so I can have it in front of me and not misrepresent this person. Let me scroll down here. Just give me a moment. Of course, now I can't seem to. Oh, here he is. So E.W. Jackson. If you haven't seen E.W. Jackson's convention speech, it was actually on, it looks like May 18th, and I'm just now watching this. But it was published on May 29th, which is my birthday. Pretty cool. And you can check it out on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. And wow, I mean, what an amazing speech. And I hope that this politician, this E.W. Jackson, stays true to everything that he said in that speech. And I wish that I had it prepared to play over this talk show right now, because it was fantastic. And I mean, by the time you were done listening to his speech, you were fired up, you were recommitted, you were, with everything that's going on out there and all the stuff that we're seeing in news media and through entertainment and so on and so forth, it's amazing how much it actually affects us, and we may not even realize it. I think about the guy who just was arrested in Maryland recently in the board meeting when trying to ask questions about the Common Core curriculum. And if you see the footage, I mean, this officer, this big guy, this big, police officer comes up and muscles this guy out from where they're all meeting, as if they're in a court setting or something, as if it's like, court and he's disrupting court. He simply wanted to ask the questions that weren't being asked, because they had it so regimented. You had to submit your question and they would review it and ask it, of course having all the control over the content and what was going to be covered. And this guy wanted to break loose and say, hey, we have some serious questions about the Common Core curriculum that you're not answering. And everybody stood by and just let this go on. They let this officer pull him out of there. One lady said, hey, let him ask his question. And this may be old news to some of you, but what I want to talk about is the fact that we have been conditioned and are being conditioned to kind of be subdued in situations like that, when as Americans we can't sit back and watch that kind of stuff take place. Okay, he has a right to free speech. He wasn't causing any problems. If you watch the video, he wasn't getting irate. He wasn't charging, running up to somebody, threatening them. He was simply trying to ask a question. And you know what? It's time that we start realizing situations like this that are happening around us and speaking up for people, or being that person who speaks up. Because I tell you what, if we continue to be quiet, those that are speaking up, and those that are the minority, by the way, that are on the front lines of changing policies and laws and so on and so forth, they're the ones that are being heard, and they're the ones that are getting stuff done. But the majority of us Americans, I know, are sitting back, watching what's taking place, and thinking, oh, hopefully it'll get fixed, or hopefully it'll this. No, we need to stand up. We got to stand for something once again. We've had it made in the shade here in the U.S. As someone who's traveled to third world countries, really actually just one. I've been to El Salvador, okay? And I spent 2 weeks in El Salvador. It wasn't a whole lot of time, but it was enough time to realize that we do have it made in the shade here. We do. And until you get a chance to experience how other people live, and you don't have to leave the country to do this, until that happens, though, you don't get a respect. I don't know that you have such a respect for the country. I've never served in the armed forces, but I'm sure for those that have, they have a new respect for our country. And I have utmost respect for men and women who have served in the armed forces. So listen, I've had a great time just sharing a little bit today with you on Tuesday. Tuesday Talk with Wayne. I kind of just threw this together. And if there's anybody who happens to listen to this, appreciate you taking a few minutes and listening. Please comment where you can, if there's a comment section below where this is playing, and let me know what you think about the sound, how I'm coming through. Can you hear me okay? And so on and so forth. So really appreciate you. All right, so I'm going to sign out now, and hope everybody has a wonderful day. Again, October 24th. I should have all the bugs and everything worked out. If this is not coming through okay, we'll have it worked out by the 24th. Looking forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye now.
This is it, boys. This is war. What are we found them all